Hi there, this is a fun video to share with you how to apply LimeLife by Alcone's Perfect Foundation. It's 50% pigment, that means a little bit goes a long way. It's wax based, so it just sets on top of your skin. It does not go into your pores, so it's non-comedogenic, and it will not oxidize or change color during the day with the atmosphere and the air. So this is how I like to apply it. Before I apply it though, actually, I put on a little bit of this facial oil called Due Date. It helps the foundation go on really smoothly and easily. It also gives your face a little hydration and glow and helps minimize redness. So I put half a pump of this oil and I smooth it on the driest parts of my face first, which are my cheeks. And then I kind of wipe it all over the rest of my face. Be careful not to pull around your eyes. It smells really heavenly too, and it's great to rub on the back of your hands when you have any left over. You can also use this same oil in applying foundation that I will share in just a minute. After I put this oil on, I use a primer. This is really important to be using a silicone-free primer with wax-based foundation. So if you already have a primer, read the label and make sure it doesn't say any kind of silicone on it. This is what I recommend. This helps minimize creasing and transfer, and it helps to cool your makeup during the day along with the setting spray, which is last. So I use 4 to 5 sprays of the setting spray. Do it in a T and an X, and then I like to smooth it on while it's drying over the areas that have large pores or scars. I have acne scars right in the middle. So I spray that wipe it while it's drying. And now we're gonna get to the foundation. I apply foundation before concealer. You can do it either way. And some people like to just do the concealer and their eye products and then do the rest of their face. But today we're talking about foundation all over. So I love this Blenderful. It is a latex-free, tiny poured Blenderful. I get it damp and I squeeze it out between a paper towel and get it almost all the way dry, but it expands, it gets really soft, and it feels really nice and cool to the touch. Another way you can apply is using this very large diffuser brush. I've used it, it's dirty. This is number 17. A lot of women love just going right in there, and then you just swipe it on, and it's really fast. It does leave a little bit of brush stroke, so you can use a sponge to kind of balance it out. I found, some people don't find that. There's these 2 other brushes that are nice to apply the foundation. You can take your finger, warm it up, dot it on your face, and then take a brush. This one's kind of nice because the tips are cottony, so see the difference between these two? So you can kind of sweep that foundation once it's warming up on your face this way, and you can get around your nose and in the short, small little cracks and crevices with it going skinny wise. Same with this little brush. It's smaller, but it might be good to go around for concealer. So these are some options. Our professional makeup artists like the little thin, soft, cottony tip. A lot of moms love this because it's really easy to do. There's a small version of it that you can do with your concealer. This is called diffuser brush. This brush is 16. This brush is 18. So we have those available. But like I said, I love to take the Beauty Blender, put it on the pan, turn it about a half, almost quite a half, not quite halfway. That's about all I use. And then, since it's wax-based, it kind of warms up on your face. You want to kind of stamp it on your face. You could warm it up with your finger and dot it on, and then go back with the Blenderful, whatever you prefer. Just make sure your fingers are clean. So I'm going to look funny for a minute and just bounce. I'm not rubbing the foundation on because, like I said, it's wax-based. So I'm going to kind of bounce and dab and dot. And what's happening is it's warming up on my skin. And so the circles that you saw a while ago are now blending out. It's super easy and really fast. I do drag the sponge a little bit once I get it kind of on and warmed up. But look how fast that goes. And I kind of get around my nose. Make sure you go below your jaw a little bit on your neck. So when you're testing out your foundations, you want to make sure that the color matches your jaw, like the side of your face, and your neck and chest area. Some of us are more red here, so that you want to match. You don't want to be a different color here than you are here. So when you're testing out your foundation samples, Make sure you kind of drag a little line here and blend it and see which ones look better. We all have either yellow or pink undertones to our skin coloring. I am a pink undertone. That means I have a lot more red in my face, red in my chest. I burn faster than I do tan. A lot of people are yellow undertone. That means they have a little bit of a yellow golden and they tan easier than they do burn. So it depends on your way you are, your skin tone. Okay, I've got that on. Now I'm gonna go into my concealer. So I love this complexion palette because first of all, it saved me money. Secondly, you custom pick it. It's biodegradable. It's magnetic, so the lid doesn't open in your bag. It's paper, but it's nice and sturdy. I love the watercolor logo, and it lays flat like this. You can fold the top over, and whenever you run out of a pan, you take a pen or a sharp object of some sort, and you poke it out, and you can replace just one pan without buying a whole new palette. So that's kind of nice. And I use two concealers, one to highlight, one to color correct. Some people choose a highlighter and a contour concealer. That's an option. The dark brown will be pretty to contour. I like to use a powder, a bronzer to contour, so I use this to color correct. This is number 2 concealer. It's got a little yellow undertone, so it kind of helps cover any redness. And I feel like my foundation really does cover well. So what I'll do is I'll dab a little bit of this around my nose. There are 7 concealers. One in particular is really great for severe redness. It's really kind of a green color. And the other one is kind of a salmon color, and it's great for under eye circles. If you have blue or purple under eye kind of tint to your skin, you want to color correct before you highlight, because if you just highlight over that blue tint, you're going to kind of create a bluer color. It's going to highlight the blue. So that's another reason to get a color corrector. Now I'm just going to dab it there. And I'm going to go right into my concealer, and I use my weak ring finger here and press it a little. Again, these are 50% pigment. The concealers are waterproof, and so they're both wax-based, made by different vendors here at LimeLife by Alcone. And that's a cool thing about LimeLife. You didn't know we have different vendors. So I'm going to tap under my eye like a check mark. I start at the corner. I can grab a little bit more if I need to, and then I just kind of go right up under my eye. I don't feel like I need to color correct. There are a little bit of bags under my eyes, but I feel like it's kind of good. I mean, it's fine. I don't need to color. But look at that little bit that I put on there and what a difference that makes. So again, you just kind of tap under your eye. I go to the nostril and I go out a little bit past the corner of my eye to kind of make my face look lifted a little bit. Dabbing right up underneath. Then I'm going to prime my eyelids for my shadows. So dab a little bit more there in the corner. I like to use my finger. You could use that small diffuser brush, or we have a concealer brush. I do use the concealer brush to clean up makeup problems. If I mess up my eyeliner or something, or my lipstick, I put a bold lipstick on and I need to really kind of clean it up, then I'll use that brush for that. So I'm tapping on my lid, and again, it warms up on your skin. You don't want to pull and rub, especially around your eye area. Isn't that pretty and easy? I feel like that's good. Now we're gonna highlight with this same concealer. I love the concealers. You can also dab a little bit on your lip color if you're wearing the long-wearing lip colors to make it lighter, just so you know. Okay, I draw a sun, or I like to call it a sun. It's not really a sun. Sunburst, starburst. And then I kind of go right down the center of my face, going around my nose here. And don't forget your chin. We want to contour a little here. And that just is going to bring light and highlight. Wherever you place the lightest concealer for your complexion, it's going to bring light and highlight and lengthen your face. That's about all I use. Hardly any. You can go back with a brush. I still love my blender full, so I'm going to dab or tap, not dab, bounce right over gently, and that's going to bring kind of soften the lines of the highlighter. See, you still see the light there, and you still see that due date. See, I look real dewy. It's real natural and light, but it's got such great coverage. You can't find a 50% coverage foundation anywhere except professionally, and that's why LimeLife was created, was to make their professional products that they've had since the 1950s, tried and true, popular with pro makeup artists in Hollywood, used on J-Lo, Beyonce, Anna Camp, a lot of famous people had their makeup artists use the products, but now those makeup artists can sell the products to their clients, and people like me, stay-at-home empty nest mom, can now share the professional products that are paraben-free and cruelty-free with you. So that's how I apply the foundation. The next thing you want to do is set the foundation. So we have a couple options. We have a perfect translucent setting powder right here. It looks white. It goes on like kind of dustier, like it's just really fast and liberal with that. Or we have these new high definition perfect color powders. I think we have 10 different shades. These are my shades. I've really been loving these lately. They're finely milled, high definition matte. They mattify your face, but they also help hide wrinkles and large pores and any kind of texture you might have on your skin. So I usually used to use this translucent. But especially if you're having a minimal makeup day and you want to mattify your makeup and let it stay on all day, this is a good option. But I've really enjoyed this lately. So I like to use this pointy fluffy brush. We have another fluffy brush that's like super fat, and this is great for dusting all over real fast. I would use this with the translucent powder. This brush right here that I love is number 1. It's kind of dirty, isn't it? It's pointed and fluffy at the same time. So what I'll do is I will take this highlighter one first, and I will go right under my eye and on my lid. I want to set that concealer so I can put my shadow on. And lots of times, you guys, I will set my foundation after I put my blush and shadows and everything else on, but I will set my eyelids before my shadows. But for this video, I wanted to share with you how I set it. I put the light highlight color, it's kind of butter, in the T-zone and around my nose and right under my eyes. You can bake with this if you like. You can get a dry sponge and put it in there. You can use a wet sponge. This is kind of wet, and you can kind of slide it into this highlighter one a little bit, pick up some of that highlight color powder, and press it under your eyes if you're real oily, or if you just really are concerned about not getting any creasing under your eyes. That's another option. I use the brush. Again, I need to set my my concealer on my lid, and then I go in with my complexion color. I'm a little more liberal, and I will just kind of go all over with this. And we have, like I said, I think 10 different shades, and it mattifies my makeup and helps it stay on all day. The last thing I will do is take a setting spray after I put all my blush and shadow and everything on. Sometimes I do my mascara after this and my lips, but you can spray it on over your colors, because this is going to keep your makeup lasting up to 16 hours, help it not crease, transfer on your foam. It helps the colors stay really bold and bright, and it cools your makeup down. It's kind of fancy. Again, it's silicone free. These two guys come in a collection that save you a few dollars. They also come in travel size. So let me spray this on to share with you what I do. 4 to 5 sprays, just like the priming spray. Sometimes it gets a little bit stuck. It's got a fine mist. And let that dry. There's 2 different finishes to the setting spray. This is called Oil Strike. It's supposed to be more of a matte finish. There's also one called Time Setter, and it's got a little bit more dewy. So that's how I apply my foundation and concealer. I hope this video helped you. I hope you're enjoying trying your LimeLife samples. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm here for you, and I'm so happy to help and share the joy that LimeLife is to me. Blessings to you. Thanks for watching.